So y'all, they're letting me push. At first they were trying to make me have a C-section, but I told them no. So they're letting me push. I have a balloon in right now, and I just got an epidural. So now we're just waiting to dilate more to be able to push. Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to be telling you guys my birth story with Armani. So to give a little backstory, I had a C-section with Aviana that was totally unnecessary, but me being a first time mom, I didn't know. I had no clue that doctors just try to rush through things just to get to the next birth. Like, I had no clue, but there was no medical reason for me and Aviana to have a C-section when I had her. Now, keeping that in mind, as a first time mom, I had no clue. So, me doing my research after the fact and, being a mom again, I was like, I'm not going for that no more. You're not going to give me a C-section if I don't need it. So that was my mindset my whole pregnancy with Armani, like Vbac, 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 Vbac. I went to every doctor's appointment I went to with Armani. I made sure they put in the notes that this mom is trying for a Vbac. Every appointment I had them put that in the notes because I was a good candidate. I'm young, I'm healthy. There was nothing wrong with me that caused me to get a C-section with Aviana. Like, it was a baby problem, not a mom problem. So if in order to be able to get a Vbac, you have to be a good candidate anyways. Like, you have to be in good shape. You have to not had a C-section previously for a U problem like your cervix or something like that. And I had none of those issues. So going in this one, I made sure they documented that I want a Vbac every time. So getting close to my birth, I was due August 13th. Now around June 25th, I got into a car accident. A woman rear-ended me and Aviana at a red light. So I was 8 months pregnant, 9 months pregnant then, and my doctor was like, no, we're gonna schedule you for a C-section if the baby is not here in X amount of time. So I had like 3 weeks from that date to have my baby naturally, or they were going to try to give me a C-section. But from then I told them, no, I want my baby to come naturally. I'm not having a C-section. You can book me for it, but I'm telling you, I'm not having it. So I had previously been moved up to high risk because I had pregnancy hypertension, where my blood pressure would be high. So they had me under observation anyways, NST testing, and then I had scans for the baby every week, twice a week. So when the lady hit me in Aviana, I was literally leaving the OB, and I had just passed the test by like the skin of my hairs to not have to go be admitted to the hospital. So I'm like, yeah, I done left the doctor's office. I don't have to go to no hospital. I got another week. I can try to have this baby. Y'all, this lady rear-ended us at the freaking red light. So from there I was like, oh my god. It kind of shifted me into preterm labor, and the doctor slowed it down so I can have a couple more weeks to bake him a little bit longer. But at that point he was fine. Like, they weren't worried. Like, if I had delivered him like I thought I would have, I would have been okay. So fast forward back to me giving birth. I was so upset because they kept telling me I had to have a C-section because he wasn't there. So my C-section was scheduled for August 6th, and it was like August 3rd. And I was telling my mom, I was like, Mom, I don't want to have this C-section. I need this baby to come naturally. And just so happened my mom knew a doula, and like, this doula fell from heaven. Like, she fell from heaven. Like, I did not have her throughout my pregnancy. I had her for 3 days, and in 3 days she made sure that I was straight. Okay, please get doulas. Like, in my community, like, I don't really know of doulas. Like, I've never knew of anyone who used a doula, so I never even thought to get a doula. So I called the mama, DM'd her on Facebook and was like, hey, do you know ways for my daughter to go into labor? They're trying to make her have a C-section and she doesn't want it. Baby, she picked up that phone and called my mama. She was like, do. So my C-section is scheduled in 2 days, so I am trying to get this baby out of me by tonight because I'm not trying to have a C-section, and my doula gave me a lot of things to try to get the baby going tonight. So we're gonna try them. First, I'm gonna drink some red raspberry tea. Also told me to tie this around me so to help lift up my belly. And now I'm gonna go on the treadmill. She had me drink some red raspberry tea. She had me drink some castor oil. She had me go on the treadmill. She had me be on the ball. And that was probably at 8 o'clock that day. My mama DM'd from the timeline. My mama DM'd her. She called my mama. She told me all these things to do. She said, don't worry, I'm going to help you. I don't care about nothing else. I'm going to help you because I'm tired of them trying to make people have C-sections when they don't need it. I was like, yeah, I know, right? So I was like, okay. And from 8 o'clock, I had did all those things. I'm talking about I grabbed my keys, ran to Publix, and got everything I needed, came back and did it all. So 8 o'clock that night, we did all that. Around like 3 o'clock in the morning. Alright, it's 3 a.m. and my contractions are about 2 minutes apart. And they've been like that for the last hour, so I'm gonna call my doula and let her know what's going on, and then I'm probably gonna head to the hospital. I started getting contractions back to back. And I lost my mucus plug too. So I went and knocked on my mom's door because I was staying with my mom until I had the baby. I went and knocked on her door. I was like, Mom, it's go time. So I went to get ready. I called my doula, and baby, she was there. She came, and I live an hour away from her. She lives in Tampa. She came at 3 o'clock in the morning. We went into the hospital. We sat there, and then y'all, I had been pumping too. I pumped like pure colostrum, right? I took it to the hospital with me because when I went and gave birth to Aviana, I didn't want them to give her any Similac. I wanted to strictly breastfeed, and they still gave her a Similac bottle, and I was really upset about that. So I was like, this time I'm going to be prepared. I'm bringing my milk with me. Y'all, because of COVID, you can't bring anything into the hospital. So y'all, they threw away like 3 ounces of colostrum, and I was sick to my stomach. Like, I was so upset. So I got there, and they was like, yes, you're in labor. You're like 3 centimeters dilated. So, but we don't want to keep you here because of COVID. We want to send you home to labor some more. So they sent me home, and you know, that day that they sent me home, later on in that day, because it was like 3 o'clock, like 6 o'clock in the morning when they sent me home. Later on in that day, like around 11, they called me to go to my regular OB, and she stripped my membranes. And when she stripped my membranes, probably like a couple hours later, I started feeling contractions again. But this time I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wait. I waited, and then I just, you know, did the ball and did everything. And then, y'all, mind you, this is the 5th, right? And when I went to that doctor's appointment, the lady told me, she was like, you have your C-section scheduled for tomorrow. And I told her, do I need to show up for that? Because I'm already in active labor now, and I'm not gonna have a C-section being as though I'm already in active labor. So she was like, oh no, just show up. The doctor on call, you can ask them if it's okay to not have a C-section. I was like, okay, I'm gonna show up. So at 6 o'clock in the morning on August 6th, I showed up to the hospital. You know, they trying to prep me and stuff like that. I was like, hold up, pump the brakes. I just told the doctor that I'm not having a C-section. She scheduled it anyways, and I told her, do I need to come, because I don't want to waste anybody's time. So, you know, I got there, and y'all remember she told me to ask the doctor on call to start me on Pitocin? She was the doctor on call. So I think she was trying to be funny, right? But let me tell you how good God is, okay? I called my doula, and I was like, they're trying to make me have a C-section, and you know, I don't want to do that. She was like, girl, I'm on my way. I'm going to put on my fighting shoes too. When I tell y'all my doula showed up with tights on and tennis shoes and a cap like she was about to fight, I'm serious. I was inserted here. She was ready because, you know, doctors have a thing with making the most money and getting there fast. Like, if you are not in medical need of a C-section, meaning you or your baby are in dire need of a C-section, you do not have to have it. They cannot make you have a major abdominal surgery if you don't want to. So y'all, I'm on the phone with my doula, and the nurses are so confused. They're coming in and out like, hey, aren't we supposed to be prepping you? And I was like, no, because I told Dr. such and such that I don't want a C-section. She told me to still show up and ask the doctor on call. Well, they were like, well, she is the doctor on call. I was like, yeah, that's the point of what we're doing right now. We don't know what we're doing because I told her, and she's the doctor on call because I think she's trying to be funny. So she got mad and told the nurse, like, I hear the nurse on the phone with her. She was like, well, just tell her go home. She'll have a baby eventually. And I was like, oh, she won't smoke. Oh, she won't smoke. Okay. So boom. I was like, my doula was like, tell her you have your doula on the way. And as soon as I told them that, it's like doors just started opening. Like, they was like, oh snap, she got somebody who know the law. So my doula was en route, and then I told them, okay, so when do she get off? They was like 7:30. Mind y'all, I got there at 6. So it was like around 6:50 by then. So I was like, okay, well, we're gonna wait to 7:30 till another doctor get in, because the doctor who was literally going to cut me open came up to my room and was like, okay, so I don't see here where you really need a C-section, so I don't feel comfortable cutting on you when you don't need it and you're refusing it and you're already in active labor. I was like, thank you, somebody with some sense. So she was like, she gets off call 7:30, so we're gonna see if we can start you on Pitocin at 7:32, because the doctor that's coming in, I just spoke with her and she was fine with it. She's totally fine with it. And y'all, these two doctors saved me. Like, I love them. So she was like, okay, so we waited to 7:32, y'all, and they started my Pitocin drip. And then my doula walked in, and from then it was like everybody was so nice and helpful. I was like, okay. But just 5 minutes later, y'all was trying to force me to go downstairs to prep for a C-section that I told y'all from day one I was not gonna have. But because I got a doula now y'all like, oh, okay, no. Because at one point, y'all, I was like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I just want to have my baby. Just like the first time I had flashbacks of Aviana, I was so tired, y'all. I was like, I just want to have my baby. You know, I've been carrying this baby for this time. We've been through so much together. I want to have my baby. And y'all, I was like, at some point, I was like, just do it. Just prep me for the C-section. But then I got my doula on the phone. She was like, Diamond, do not do that if you are not wanting to do that. Because, y'all, I didn't want to have a C-section again because, one, that's major surgery. And all I'm thinking about is getting through this birth, having a healthy baby, me being healthy and being healthy enough to make it home to my 2-year-old who's a toddler, who runs around all day, who I need to be able to run around with and take care of my newborn, you know. So that's all I'm thinking about, being able to get up and be active and be healthy for my kids. So, you know, God is good. I ended up pushing my baby out, and y'all, the same doctor who didn't want to deliver my baby had to deliver my baby because her shift came back around and she was the doctor on call. So when I literally started pushing, y'all, she had to be the one to catch the baby. It was so funny to me, y'all. But okay, let me tell y'all how my labor progressed, right? So I start the Pitocin, right? and you know, contractions started to pick up. So I called the lady. I was like, can I get epidural, right? And y'all, before my epidural, I was walking around, I was moving with Daddy Shark, and you know, squatting. My doula was helping me do all these little things. So my labor was progressing. So the Pitocin started kicking my butt. So I asked for the epidural, and then I got into like the straddle position where like I'm holding on to the back of the bed, and I'm like on my knees and moving side to side. They had to push me side to side. Y'all, I mess around. I went to sleep. I fell asleep around probably 8 o'clock. It was 8 p.m. now, y'all. I had been there since 6 a.m. It was 8 p.m. I went to sleep, y'all, right? I woke up, my epidural had to wear down because I haven't been pressing the button. Y'all, I felt his head coming out. I woke up and I was like, y'all, call the doctor. His head is out. And my mama was like, what? She ran over there and the doula and stuff like that. And his dad is just standing there like, I was like, his head is out. And my mom looked up on it, and sure enough, they could see hair. So the nurse came in. She was like, we have to wait till the doctor. She's not in yet. I said, baby, you deliver the baby, right? Because you're going to be delivering this baby. I can't stop it. I can't even feel down there, and I feel the baby moving out. So she gets putting on her gloves, and you know, all the nurses is in there. They done prepped the bed, and I wanted to sit up, so I had them sit my bed all the way up and drop the bottom. So I was literally sitting up having the baby. So I really like that because it happened so fast. I pushed 7 times, and he was out. Like they had the his shoulders kept getting stuck though, so they cut me, and I had like a 3rd degree cut. So they cut me. All right, I'm peeing for the first time, y'all. So we're gonna get my raw reaction of me peeing for the first time. Me too. All right, wait. I don't know if I'm peeing. Okay, let's wait because I don't know if I'm peeing. I couldn't do it that time. The OP came out, I had to use a catheter, so I'm gonna try again in about some hours. I think she wanted to do that though. Like I think because I didn't have no C-section, she was like, you getting cut today. You was getting cut today. No, but seriously, I don't know if she had to or not. But I was like, you know what? It is what it is. I ain't getting no C-section. And baby, I was up, walking, doing what I had to do. And it was good. Yeah, he was 8 pounds, 9 ounces. He was a really big baby. And that was the reason, before the car accident, that was the reason they said I was gonna have to have a C-section, because he was a big baby. But in my brain, people have been delivering big babies for years through their vagina. Like, come on now, that's what we're made for. Don't tell me I have to have a C-section because my baby is big. No, I'm gonna push him out. You'll figure it out. So, y'all, yes, my biggest thing is know your rights. They cannot make you do anything unless it is a dire need for you or the baby. If not, they can't make you have a C-section when you're already in active labor. Like, come on now, don't play with me. Don't play in my face. Like, I told y'all this whole time. And then when the doctor came in, she was like, I see in all of your notes you made them put that you want to try for a Vbac. And I was like, yeah, I know. Like, we all know this, like, but she wants me to have a C-section, and I'm just like, no. I asked her, why am I having a C-section? Is it really a need for me and my child to have a C-section? She was like, no, you can push this baby out. I was like, thank you. Somebody with some sense. Because I don't know what this lady got going on, but no. You told me from the beginning I was able to have a Vbac. You've been my advocate this whole time, but now it's time to get the pushing, and you talking about you want to get the cutting. No, baby. No, because I meant what I said. I'm going to push this baby out, and I did. And when I went to see her inside the doctor's office, like a week later, I was like, yeah, girl, we had that successful Vbac, didn't we? She was like, I was like, don't play in my face, baby. I told you what I wanted to do. And that's what we did. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. That is my birth story. And thank you, and subscribe to my channel.